it don't matter. The words I sing, they're just chatter. There's nothing I can say to you. It means much as what I do.
All right, I'm going to do this for a few people that know what I'm doing in the house, so I expect your full support. So one of the first things that people, not one of the first things, thank God, something people ask me very often is, how do you do your work in the heels that you wear? So I'm going to prove right now that I don't have to. And now everyone's going to have to aim their heads up a little higher. And I'm only 5'4.5". You're welcome. So Santa Cruz County needs all of these crazy people, and we need all of you too. And I said it before, and I'll say it again, the NEXTies has always been the nowsies to me. It's not about next week or next year. It's not about something that we're all going to do in the future. It's about Santa Cruz County needing the best that we all have to give today, not tomorrow. So a lot of people also ask what I do over at United Way. They don't quite get what community organizing is. So here's the Cliff Notes version. We do not go door to door like Obama, although our department changed its name when Obama was elected to community organizing. And we do not show up at city council in a polar bear suit to save the Arctic, although there's a time and a place for everything. What we do instead, through data collection like the Community Assessment Project, through strategic planning, and through careful listening to the community, we see what the most critical issues facing our community are, and we do something about it. We bring the community together to do things like the Go for Health Collaborative. We've been convening that countywide collaborative for over 8 years to address childhood obesity prevention. We created Hovenasano, so now internationally recognized youth leadership group in Watsonville. We convene the Criminal Justice Council's Youth Violence Prevention Task Force, which is creating a strategic plan to address this critical issue. We convene the Community Education and Engagement Work Group that held over a dozen community workshops to explain the myths and the facts about AB 109 and public safety realignment. We created the Speakers Bureau for individuals coming out of jail so that they could more effectively share their stories, because no one understands what they need better than them. We staffed the Smart Solutions to Homelessness Leadership Council, and we're now also staffing the new plan that is going to create a countywide strategic plan to end homelessness with the Homeless Action Partnership. And we do about 10 other things that I don't have time for. So, as you can imagine, we're hopping over there at the UW. And I'm often also asked, how do you keep track of it all? Or how do you even have energy for it all? And sometimes I don't, which is the truth. But the real answer is that it's really simple. Every day, no matter what project I'm focusing on, it's really about creating dignity, equity, and having the courage to create a community and a world that will work for everyone. Since last year's NEXTies Awards, which there's 3 of us here, so clearly that was the best year, we've also, right? We've also launched something I'm really proud of, which is called the Leadership for Community Transformation Program. This is with Dr. Monica Sharma. She's the former Director of Leadership and Capacity Development for the United Nations. She's been my mentor for the past 5 years, and I'm now sharing her with my beloved Santa Cruz County. We've recruited and worked with nearly 80 local leaders now over 9 days for them to discover their greatness, reimagine what's possible for our community, and to go out there and become architects of that change. The tools that she's sharing with them and that we've been using here in Santa Cruz County have been tested in over 60 countries over the last 25 years. This isn't about butterflies and rainbows. This isn't about a dream in the sky. This is about visible, measurable results that we can actually say we made a difference with. So let me tell you a little bit about these people. I ended the first session of the second cohort yesterday, and they are amazing. From school teachers to city council members to students to doctors to executive directors to number crunchers to social entrepreneurs. There's at least a dozen in this room right now that have done the program. I won't out you right now. I'm floored by what's going to be possible when we unleash the greatness in that room. One Leaders Project is working to connect families to healthcare they truly need to thrive in the community. Another's working to understand, share, and then shift the stereotypes of people experiencing homelessness in our community. Another's working to end homelessness as we know it, providing permanent supportive housing. Still another is working to increase third grade reading levels, growing the Watsonville Film Festival to be a game-changing community event, transforming the San Lorenzo River into a thriving center for community, connecting youth to positive adult role models, democratizing data, growing the capacity of Latino youth, improving the success rate of those coming out of our jails, building restorative justice programs, creating transitional jobs, increasing respect for the LGBTQ community, and the list goes on and on. These leaders are changing the conversation about change in this community. From one of what's not working to one of innovative and effective solutions. From one of who can we blame to one of personal responsibility and systems accountability. And my personal favorite, from one of we are crazy to think this is possible to hooray, we are just crazy enough to think this is possible. These leaders understand that as a community, we can no longer afford to create policies or systems that only work for some, that only take the short-term results into account, or that have unintended consequences that we haven't thought through. These leaders are amazing, but so are each of you. We all hold a piece of this puzzle. We are all leaders for community transformation. Every single one of us burns for something. For me, it's dignity and equity and the courage to create. It's courage to create a world where everyone has access to opportunities so they can thrive. So what is your vision for this community? It's up to all of us. It's up to every single one of us to unleash the NEXTie in ourselves and to create change now, not tomorrow. So I'm going to end with this request. This stack right here. Start passing them around. Take one and pass it on. I'm going to end with this request, and it's rather personal. I'm going to ask you to email me, to call me, to get in touch by the end of next week. Ask me about the Leadership for Community Transformation program. Ask me how to get involved in any of the projects that we have at United Way, or really anything in the community. We're rather well connected. Ask me how to get involved in anything, including what the heck do I mean by a nowsie. Ask me to share the high heel story. Whatever it is, get involved and let's have a different conversation about change here in Santa Cruz County. Thank you.